Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining my channel. Click on the subscribe button. The conversation I want to have today is coming from the heart, and I want to speak to anyone who comes across this channel to listen carefully. I'm going to start off with this. Igbos residing in every part of Nigeria. Be careful. That's one. Two, you need to learn to start defending yourself. I know that after the Civil War, a lot of Igbos decided to just mind their business. A lot of them also looked for means to travel out of the country, build their home outside Nigeria, and did not want to have anything to do with the country. But whether we like it or not, home is home, and we have our ancestral heritage here. So you cannot be pulled out or forced out of your ancestral heritage. After the 2023 elections, things became very dicey. It started small, just because Labour Party won in Lagos State. The funny thing is that the current All Progressives Congress failed to realize that as of 2023, literally all Nigerians were tired of the APC because of how Muhammadu Buhari ruled his 8 years. Nigerians did not want APC. So at that time, anybody that they felt was young, was not old, and was not a member of the APC, they would vote for that person. That was basically what happened that resulted to the massive support for Peter Obi from the South. Secondly, it was also the turn of the South. And Peter Obi represented something that everybody felt, was a nationalistic, idealistic economist, someone who would bring out the economy from the doldrum that the APC of 8 years left it. And I will not lie to you, the Lagos State was won by Labour Party because most Yorubas actually voted for Peter Obi. In fact, if the Yorubas had not voted for Peter Obi, he wouldn't have won Lagos State. It's not possible. There's also this misconception that the Igbos are are the tribes more dominant in Lagos. It's a very huge lie. It's a very big lie. The Hausas are more dominant in Lagos. The Fulanis are also dominant in Lagos. Though almost every tribe are dominant in Lagos, and including the Yorubas themselves. And when I'm referring to Yorubas, I'm talking about others from Kwara, Osun, Ogun. They come to Lagos because Lagos is a commercial hub center. It has all the ports, the airlines. It has access routes for trade, commerce, and businesses. That's why you see everyone comes to Lagos to work. Now, after the 2023 elections, the Igbo tribe became a target. It started on social media, very little at first. It started with targeting Labour Party, started with targeting Peter Obi before it went into the whole entire Igbo ethnic group. Now, I'm not saying that the Igbos don't have their own weaknesses and vulnerabilities. And I'm not saying that there are no bad eggs in the Igbo tribe. But just like in the Igbo tribe, you have bad eggs in every tribe. For example, terrorism, banditry, taking over people's farmlands are being done by the Fulani terrorists. Okay, that's another ethnic group committing crime. And I'm wondering why such energy is not taken to address that. The federal government of the day is quiet on it, but rather focusing on the Igbos because of politics. People that literally just want to survive. Unfortunately as well, the Southeast is not safe. I don't know if it is politics, but certain individuals have determined to make the Southeast ungovernable. And so a lot of the young population have left because they have been killed. Their women, children, young boys were killed. Some aided by the Nigerian government during the Buhari's administration, and some aided by some of the youths who were brainwashed with the whole Nnamdi Kanu should be released or not, along with the whole Simon Ekpa whatever. Now, they started off with the guise of protecting the territory, but the tendency or the behavior was no longer about it. When you start burning people's houses, beheading people because they don't believe in your ideology, kidnapping people, taking ransom and still killing them, it has gotten so bad that the young ones don't even care anymore. They decapitate, sell human bodies, sell human parts, all in the guise of you're not part of those agitating for Biafra. And you have not learned from your Yoruba counterparts that to win a war, it's not by being forceful or talking. you become strategic, form alliances, bring people to understand your cause. That's how to go about it. It's not by force and chest beating. You can't do that when you don't have the federal might. You cannot fight a war against the federal government. It cannot work. You just cannot work. So there's no strategy applied. There is no intelligence applied in your agitation for self-determination. Now the APC is fanning the embers of discord. It's like they want genocide. They want a civil war, but this time against the Igbos, Yorubas, and the Igbos. We have a constitution that every Nigerian can reside in any part of the world. For some of the APC Yorubas, they claim that it's because the Igbos keep saying Lagos is no man's land. Have you looked at the person making such statement? Is it the entire Igbo tribes are making such statements? So why would you generalize that it's the entire Igbos saying that Lagos is no man's land? It has really gotten so bad that they're going to international communities, writing to them, selling their narratives against the Igbos. Meanwhile, if you look at the crimes being committed lately, both the Igbos and the Yorubas have been committing crimes. We see the reports from the FBI. The recent one self that was released by the FBI in the United States was even a Yoruba man who wanted to defraud Donald Trump. The funny thing is that these crimes are committed and these individuals don't call their people out. But once it has to do with the Igbos, escalate it. The APC has gotten so bad that it's obvious that the tribalism and bigotry is state-sponsored, because you have a Bayo Nanoga who is working for the government, being a cheerleader of this. They see all of this on social media. They don't talk. They don't call it out. They are mute because this is the agenda. It's all because Peter Obi is running. Now they've resorted to advising him not to contest for the sake of his people, for the protection of his people. In other words, if you go ahead and contest, we will attack your people. Every Nigerian has a right to aspire. If you know you have what it takes to lead, come out and contest. Why must it be Tinubu or nothing? Nigeria has suffered enough. We have so much going on that for some people to allow these politicians, give them major amount of money to destroy their nation. And some of the influencers propagating this nonsense are in diaspora. Some of them are not currently residing in Nigeria. So if there is a civil war, it's the innocent people in this part of the world that will bear the consequences. You and I, who do not have international passports, who do not have the money and the means to travel out of this country, that will bear the consequences. For the Igbos who have properties in this part of the country, especially in the southwest, I would implore you to begin to think. There is something in the horizon. This thing's going on social media is not just on social media. It's happening physically. It's already being realistic. These individuals who are pontificating and saying whatever, go on TikTok. You're seeing young children as young as 14, 15 already having such malicious hatred in their minds against their fellow Nigerian who is not of the same tribe as them. And I'm wondering why Igbos are the ones being targeted. Are the Igbos killing people in their farmlands? Are they taking over people's farmlands? Are they constituting mayhem? Are they parading cows that are destroying their farmlands? Why are you not addressing this now that your brother is at the helm of affairs? Why is your brother afraid to address this? But you're targeting the Igbos. What kind of distraction is that? What kind of mispriority is that? There are a lot of Igbos who are innocently going about their businesses and they are bearing the consequences of this hatred. Igbos, you need to wake up. Defend yourself verbally. Do not attack. Do not be violent. But defend yourself when this evil narratives comes up. They've circulated it even to the international communities that they want to attach any crime committed to be done by the Igbos. So right now, if any crime happens and it's not done by the Igbo, that individual can claim to be Igbo and they'll say, oh, we know Igbos to commit crimes. You do not know the power of propaganda. You do not know the power of the media. The Yorubas know how to use it. They've used it for years. Ohaneze Indibo, and I'm not talking of the factional one, the one led by Justice Mbata. I know there is nothing you can do because the government of the day is being led by somebody from the southwest. And it obviously feels that this hatred is sponsored from the federal government. But please begin to speak up. It is no longer a joke. Begin to counter this evil narrative. Call your people, tell them to be careful, to be watchful. In fact, the ones of the streets who don't know what is going on, begin to speak with them, to be alert and see how the Southeast can be safe so that people can go home, their people can go home and invest. Make the Southeast economy thrive. Maybe it is high time that the Igbos begin to consider their own place than these Southwest states if politics will continue like this. Because if it is happening now, I don't know what will happen if Tinubu wins the elections in 2027. And I don't want anybody to take this talk or this call like one is promoting tribalism. No, this is the reality. This is the honest truth. So if you want to protect yourself, you have to be smart. The Yorubas are claiming that you want to dominate and take over their land. That is the excuse. And it's all done by the APC urchins, the supporters of this government, because they are good Yoruba people. They are fantastic Yoruba people. They are honest Yoruba people, hardworking children of God. Unfortunately, the government of the day wants to paint the narrative like the entire Yoruba race are evil people. They are not. Please, they are not. They are beautiful people. They are a culture that is well respected internationally, globally. They're a beautiful set of human beings that are hardworking, dedicated, educated, and resilient. Unfortunately, some of them are being used to propagate hatred. And whether you like it or not, if you allow these narratives to continue, it is not good. Nigeria cannot strive and act like they are one when they are disintegrating themselves. As for Yoruba brothers, you that are enlightened and educated, please talk to your people who are being used and tell them this is not the right way to go. Politics should not be used as a front to disintegrate the country and not call out the government of the day where they have poorly performed. You cannot act in ineptitude and tell your tribesmen that, oh, those criticizing me are those who don't want me to be in power. And you thereby leave your people or you leave the country or possibly make it seem as if some certain aspects of the country are progressing and others are not progressing. The government has refused to come out to address this. The Nigerian Orientation Agency has been quiet. Some of these things cannot be said on your traditional television and radio stations because NBC could ban them or possibly the government of the day would tell them they are inciting. But it is the truth. This is the reality on the street. Things are bad and you're asking for a civil war. We have not even come out from the one that we went through before. And because of politics, you're ready to rule through ashes. The way the government of the day is, they do not care. They must win the election. Even if the country burns down, they will rule the ashes. Talk to your people. Crime, if done by anyone, should be called out by the individual and should not be ascribed by the entire ethnic group. That's a wrong call. That's a wrong means of handling the situation. We all need to wake up. Igbos, wake up, start defending yourselves, speak to yourselves, look for how you can go home and help yourselves, protect your land, bring back the sanity and begin to develop it. If these individuals continue like this, it's no good. I know a lot of the Igbos are in other states to protect themselves because they need peace, but the way it is now, you seem not to be wanted. They are claiming that it's because some elements are causing some sort of mayhem or involved in some vices, and that's why they don't want the Igbos. But I don't think that's true. Crime is committed by everyone, anyone that doesn't have any sense of morality and conscience. But right now, they're tagging it on the Igbos, all because Peter Obi decided to contest. And I think that's the reason why he's quiet. Because anything he says or does, they would incite against his ethnic race. And I think he knows this. And I think this is a means of compelling him not to contest. And at some point, I think he may even step down if this kind of wickedness continues on his people. And that's the ultimate agenda of the APC. So please, Nigerians, let's be mindful. Call out evil for what it is. Don't protect it because the person there is your tribesman. Insecurity is affecting everybody. And the people perpetrating this should be called out and not protected. The evil people are being protected, and why those who are innocently doing their businesses are being targeted.